Testing 1, 2, 3. Good morning, everyone. It's around 10:36. We are about to start in a few minutes. Good morning, everyone. It's around 10:36. We are about to start in a few minutes. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1 million, 2 million, 3 millions. Testing 1 million, 2 million, 3 millions. Testing 1 million, 2 million, 3 millions. Testing 2 million, 3 million. Testing 1 million, 2 million, 3 millions. It's about to start, guys. Just 2 minutes, please. Thank you. Testing 1 million, 2 million, 3 millions. It's about to start, guys. Just 2 minutes, please. Thank you. Just 2 minutes, please. Thank you. All right. So good morning, everyone. It's around 10:40 a.m. And so I'm very excited to give this session number 4 on the business operating system for success. So this is like a Windows operating system, but it's for your business. And in the same way that every computer needs to have a business, an operating system, every business needs to have what I call a business operating system for success. I just added the last S just to that. It looks like the word boss. And indeed, in today's AI economy, you have to become a boss if you want to make money, if you want to survive economically, because basically the artificial intelligence is going to be like your workforce, right? And so you have to stop thinking of yourself as an employee, as a worker, but you have to think of yourself as a boss. And so you have to promote yourself. But of course, when you become a boss, at the beginning, it's not easy, especially if you've never been a boss before. So this business operating system for success basically aims to help you to become a boss. And it aims to support you, guide you, tutor you, teach you, train you, coach you every step of the way. And so in this particular live stream, I'm going to focus on a particular business model because there are at least like 20 different business models out there in the world. And so depending on your business model, you will need to have a slightly different business operating system. So today we're going to focus on people who are creating video courses. And, typically you can create your video course and sell it on platforms like Teachable or Thinkific or Udemy. So it's really up to you, but there are so many platforms through which you can easily sell your video course, and typically it should be around $100 because this has been proven to be the optimal price, right? So because if you charge less than $100, then people don't take it seriously and they might not even buy your course. And even if they buy your course, they might not implement it, which is not good for your students, because if they buy it for $20, $20 is nothing, I'm just going to ignore it. But when they invest $100, it gets a little bit serious. It's serious money for a lot of people. You can even charge like $200 or like $500, but $100 seems to be the right price. I think it should be the minimum price. And so today we're going to explore concretely how you're going to build your business operating system, because before, in session number 2, for example, I don't know if you can see it here. Yeah, session number 2, we talked about the 5 basic building blocks. The solution, the market, the marketing system, sales process. So there are basically 5 key components. I'm just gonna copy them and put them here in the diagram so that we know exactly what we're talking about. Hold on, let me just make a copy. So in the first 3 sessions, we talked about these 5 components, and these 5 components will be different depending on the business that you're running. So you need to have a solution. So in this case, the solution is primarily a video course, and we're going to examine later on what are the features and the benefits of a video course. And of course, for your training online, you need to have a target market, a specific target market. You need to have at least one marketing system, a sales process, and a fulfillment system. In other words, how you're going to make your students happy. So with this in mind, we can start to design your business operating system. And what's interesting about this session number 4 is that, as you can see, we're switching to a Google drawing. So it's not a Google document anymore. It's going to be a drawing.
Your drawing out of a Google Doc. Select the image and press
Sorry, it's
Ctrl+C to copy it.
It's my phone's Google. Okay, so it's going to be a blueprint. So it's going to be much more visual. And it's going to approach an engineering blueprint, which is closer to reality than just just a text or prose like the text that you see here on screen. Okay, and by the way, when you purchase this blueprint for your video course business, okay, this is very important. It's for video course businesses. So it's not just a video course. You're creating a whole business that will contain these 5 components, right? So after you create this video course business, and you sell your video course for $100, you can actually turn around and you can sell this business blueprint. Okay, it's a blueprint, so it's actually valuable. You can sell this blueprint to other people who are creating or marketing their video course. It doesn't matter what their video course is about. It could be cooking, could be, salsa dancing, it could be yoga. It doesn't matter, because the business of marketing and selling a video course is largely the same. There are some adaptations, maybe 10% will have to be adapted depending on your particular topic. Yoga is very different from calligraphy, which is very different from origami, very different from cooking. But 90% of your business will be the same. So that's the amazing advantage of building your business operating system for your video course business, because you can turn around and you can resell it. But you need to have these 5 basic components. So I'm just going to put them down here. And all right, so now we're going to start to draw the engineering diagram. It's very exciting because you'll see that with Google Drawing, you can actually move things around in a visual manner, and you can make copies. So I'm just going to make a copy of this. And this process where I'm drawing like literally a blueprint, it's very satisfying. Like everyone should try it. It's very satisfying because it feels like you're actually creating something from scratch. So here you can see that, you can see that I'm just going to put 2 here. You can see that I'm moving stuff around. It's a little bit like those Lego systems, you have all those blocks and you can move them around, and it represents reality more closely. So at the beginning, you need to have a solution, which is a video course. So we're just going to put video course here. And you need to have a clear target market. So for the sake of simplicity, I'm just going to put video course. It doesn't matter what topic you're covering. It's a video course. And here you have target market, and we'll learn later on how you can define and refine your target market. But basically, these are the 2, I would say, like, it's almost like 80% of your job as a startup founder. You have to really clarify what is your solution and what is the target market. So just as a reminder, I'm going to put here solution, because it's not really this video course that you're selling. You're selling the solution to a problem, because a video course is not the solution, right? You have to position it, articulate it, phrase it in a way that prospects will go, oh yeah, that's the solution to my problem, right? So we're going to talk about positioning later, but right now it's just a video course, and you have to be clear about your target market. Your target market doesn't have to be crystal clear at the beginning, but you've got to have a general sense of direction. For example, your video course, is it serving men? Is it serving women? Is it serving both men and women? But what age bracket? 18 to 30, 30 to 50, 50 plus? Is it serving professionals, students, professors, graphic designers? So the target market has to be progressively defined over time. So this is number 1. Number 2, and of course we need number 3, 4, 5. So at the second stage, we have the marketing system. So I'm just going to put here, just going to remove the number, and here we have the sales process, or we can call it a system. So I'm just going to put it over here, and you'll see that this is very visual. It's very soothing, because it's like you're ordering your field of perception, your thinking. So basically, I'm going to put the first 2 the first 2 components into a rectangle. So like I said, like this is like 80% of your job, because it's very hard, not impossible, but it's difficult for other people to help you at those 2 stages, because like you really have to figure out like what is the solution I want to offer. It really depends on you, on your expertise, right? So your video course, of course, is based on your expertise, your passion, your career, your experience, etc. And the target market also depends on you, because you might have different target markets, but you might prefer to serve one particular market over another. And I'll teach you how you can evaluate different target markets, because you always have the choice. You don't have just like one target market, right? You can divide it. You can divide the market, the large market, into small pieces, which we call segments. And then you choose the target market that you want to serve. And I'm going to, teach you how you can use this same framework to choose a good segment. I'm just going to mention it briefly here. So your segment of the market has to be stable. It cannot be a segment that is emerging and suddenly, like a few months later, it's going to be gone. So it has to be stable over time, or better yet, it has to be a growing segment, growing demographically. For example, if you're serving senior people, well, obviously through we can see the demographics in most Western countries, there are more and more senior people over 60. And so it has to be stable or growing. The second is that it has to be accessible. Okay, I can say that my video course on calligraphy will serve like all the people in China and India, and I'm gonna make a lot of money, but I can't really access those markets right now, because I don't speak Mandarin, I don't speak Hindi, and I don't have any country managers for those two countries, and so it's not accessible. It has to be a market that you can easily, cost effectively access. Okay, so that's the second criteria. The third criteria is that you have to be able to measure the number of buyers in your segment. Measurable means that you've got to have a way to objectively measure their characteristics. So if I am, let's say, targeting people, let's say I'm creating a video course on how to make people feel peaceful, right? It's a spirituality video course. And I'm looking for people who are agitated, who are anxious. Well, it's a good intention, but how would I know if a person is anxious, right? It's difficult to notice, when I look at people or when people go online. How do I know who's anxious and who's not anxious? So anxiety is not something that I can measure online. I mean, I can probably talk to someone and, after 20 minutes, I can determine this person is anxious. She is stressed. She is disturbed, etc. But that's one person. I need to have a way to measure anxiety, and it's difficult to measure. Now, of course, if there's a Facebook group called anxious people, then it would be easy, but I don't think there's a Facebook group like that. And if there is, it's probably going to increase people's anxiety. So anyways, my point is that the characteristics of your target market, it has to be measurable. For example, the age or the income they're making or the educational level. Those are measurable characteristics, right? This is measurable. This is measurable. So that's the third criteria. You have to be able to measure or somehow observe objectively their characteristics. The fourth and the last one, let me see if I remember. Oh yeah, economically viable. Economically viable simply means that it's going to cost you some money to reach out to that segment, but it's not going to cost you a lot of money. Okay, so for example, if I create a video course on AI, and I'm trying to reach out to chief executive officers, well, these tend to be high-level executives who are very hard to reach, right? So if I'm going to reach them, it's going to cost me a lot of money. I probably have to recruit and train a sales force to call on them, because those people, they don't watch videos. They don't go through a sales page. You need someone to go to their office and knock on the door and give them a private consultation for free. So I would need to have a sales force. So it wouldn't be economically viable or profitable for me to target the chief executive officer market, okay, for my video course on AI, for example. Okay, so those are the four basic criteria for evaluating whether you have a good target market. And this is something that you have to do. Like, nobody can escape this. A lot of entrepreneurs who don't have a business education or marketing education, they don't know about this. So they will just target a market, but they don't know exactly who they're targeting. And so even though they might have a great video course or a great solution, they're not going to be successful because it's about aiming, right? It's not just what you offer, like who are you aiming to serve, and how do you know that you're serving the right target market? Peter Drucker, he's a well-known known as the father of modern management and marketing. He said that typically, in his experience, entrepreneurs always choose the wrong target market. And if you choose the wrong target market, you're going to build your entire business on the wrong foundation. So this is very important. That's why I said earlier that this block here, this rectangle, where you're developing your solution and you're identifying your target market, it's about 80% of your work as an entrepreneur. Why? Because everything else, your marketing system, other people can help you with that. There's tons of digital marketing specialists and digital marketing agencies. They're going to help you. And, whatever they charge, if you see the results, it's going to pay for itself. So those agencies out there are going to help you. They just need to talk to you, and they're going to create marketing campaigns, and you're going to get customers. Same thing with sales process. You can basically hire salespeople and train them, or they can be professional salespeople. You don't need to train them, and they're going to be able to sell your video course. That's not difficult. The fulfillment system, especially for video course, it's not difficult at all. I created courses that I sold on teachable.com. It's very easy to create. Like all the modules of a course on Teachable, they take you, they help you every step of the way. You create the module title, the lesson objective, and you upload the files. It's very easy. And I did this like 10 years ago. Today, Teachable probably has AI, and it's going to help you. So the fulfillment system is where you're hosting your video course. Okay, so this is where you're hosting your video course, and it's up to you, but people can download your video course or they can stream your video course. So you have the choice between making it downloadable and or, because you can give them both options. You can make it streamable and or downloadable. Of course, there are differences between the two. If it's downloadable, people have to download, and if your course is has 4K resolution, it might take some time. So people might prefer to stream it. But other people like myself, we're kind of paranoid, right? So we download everything because I might lose access for whatever reason, and so I download everything. But some people, they don't have the patience; they just want to stream the course right away. And another aspect of the fulfillment is you can give them, access per month. So if they cancel the subscription, like for example, I have a membership site, calligraphyforeveryone.com, and people pay $10 every month and they have access as long as they're subscribed. Or you can say, guess what? I'm going to charge you $100, but you have lifetime access, which is amazing. Like, by the way, lifetime access, you pay once and you can view, stream, download for the rest of your life. Another option is, individual or group. A group can be a family, right? So you can charge $100 for one user, or you can say, look, I'm going to charge you $100 for my video course, but you can share it with your family, your coworkers, your friends, anyone. It's fine. And so you can give them the option to share it. So let me make it more explicit, shareable or not. Okay. If it's not shareable, then you probably need them to enter their user ID and password. And so it's only one person. I guess it's a little bit like Netflix, where it's individual subscribers. Now, even if you allow people to share it, with a group, with friends, etc., you're not going to lose because, within the video, you might be able to promote other video courses, right? So when people share it, you're going to have a greater audience and you're going to generate leads, etc. So anyways, those are the decisions that you have to make when it comes to the fulfillment system. The marketing system, we're going to talk about that shortly, and the sales process, we're going to talk about that too. So you can see that the business operating system has basically 5 components, and in this live stream, I'm talking about the 5 key components: the solution, the target market, the marketing system, the sales process, and finally the fulfillment system. And guys, this is really, that's it, that's all. There's nothing else. If you have these 5 components, you should be able to make a lot of money with your business. And of course, these days AI is going to help you. So it has never been easier to create a business and allow your business or optimize your business to make as much money as you want. And that's why I've been telling people that once you understand how to create a business operating system which has these 5 key components, the sky's the limit. Nothing can stop you because you understand the fundamental structure of a business. It's not as complicated as what they teach in MBA programs. Of course, MBA programs will make it complicated. Why? Because they're not going to be able to charge you $50,000 for a 5-hour workshop. Nobody would pay $50,000 for 5 hours. So what they do, and this is not to judge the professors, this is just the way it works, right? What they do is that they will develop the marketing system into services marketing, digital marketing, internet marketing, programmatic marketing, algorithmic marketing, and sales. They'll say, well, it's not just sales, it's sales recruitment, territory management, motivation, incentives, and they're going to multiply courses. Same thing with fulfillment. They're going to talk about operations research, operations planning, organizational policy, human resources. But, guys, trust me, I spent 3 years at McGill University. Like 95% of what I learned, 95% of what I learned at McGill is not useful. It's not useful because it's just too much information. What I'm giving you is really action-oriented. You create a video course or you don't. You do your homework to find out what is your ideal target market or you don't. You generate leads or you don't. You close a deal or you don't. You deliver to the satisfaction of customers or you don't. It's very binary. That's why like my workshops, my business workshops are very popular, and they're so easy to understand that at one point about years ago, I was teaching a business workshop to teenagers at a high school. And this high school was a special high school for students who had difficulty at home or in their family or financially, and they had to take those remedial courses to get back to the program and be able to graduate from high school. So they were aged like 16, 17, and I used this workshop to explain to them, you just need to have a solution, a target market, a marketing system, sales, and fulfillment. And we played games, and they understood it perfectly. And so what I'm teaching you right now, it's so simple that any teenager can understand and actually create his or her business online. And so you can be a high school student, a college student, a university student, and you can launch your own online business. Of course, I don't recommend high school students do it, because when you're in high school, you're supposed to study and don't focus on making money. But if you're at university, and let's say you're 20 years old and you're an engineering student or whatever faculty you're studying, you can easily create a business system. So this is my encouragement to parents and teachers. Purchase this course and share with your children and your students, because they can have full-time studies at university, and at the same time they can create an online business and make money. Especially today with AI, it's easier than ever. All right, so I've been talking for 30 minutes, so let's try to finalize this business system. So I'm going to be very specific. I'm going to create this video course business for myself. Okay, so it's a video course business, and so I'm going to be very specific, but if you're following this training, you can adapt it to your situation. So in my case, it's going to be $100 lifetime calligraphy training video. Now, every word in your video course title has to be chosen strategically, because every time that you say those words, they have to mean something. They have to remind you of your responsibility, right? So number one, when I say lifetime, I mean lifetime. It means that it's going to be a calligraphy training video that people will be able to stream online, or they can download, and they have access to that calligraphy video training for life. It's like, when I bought, actually I didn't buy it, my sister Zuni bought it for me, the $200 Dragon Naturally Speaking software. I have it for life. Nowadays they have a better speech recognition software, but when I bought it for $200, I have it for life. So it's like any software that you buy, you download it, and you have the file, the executable for life, right? So that's what I'm promising. It's lifetime. Another, of course, it's calligraphy, but I could probably put italic calligraphy because there's all kinds of calligraphy. I don't really teach Gothic or Roman. I mean, I mentioned them in my course, but I'm a italic calligraphy specialist. So I don't teach Chinese calligraphy or Korean or Japanese, but italic might be too detailed. So, when people look at the fonts and everything, they're going to see it's italic. So I don't have to put it. It's calligraphy, so it's not handwriting, and it's training. This is very important. It's not educational, and it's not a documentary. Education means that, I'm explaining the theory behind calligraphy, but training means that I'm actually showing you all the mistakes that you're likely to make, because I've taught a lot of students, and I've seen all the common mistakes that students are making. So I'm going to, with my hand, I'm going to pretend I'm a student. I'm going to make all the typical mistakes, and I'm going to help you to correct your mistake. So it's really training. It's like as if you had me looking over your shoulder and telling you, hey, John, you should do your letter A this way and not that way, and so on and so forth. And it's a video, of course, because it's visual. I'm going to do it in multiple languages. I have a friend already who's going to do it in French. So I'm going to do it in English. And also I'm going to use 11 labs to do the voiceover. But, I'm going to do it in English. And like I said, people can choose a version of the video where they hear my voice, or they can choose a version of the video where they can hear the 11 labs voiceover, which is a little bit different because 11 labs, there are different voices. There's the voice of an old man, or there's the voice of a little girl. So it depends on what kind of voices you prefer. If you prefer my voice, that's great. Thank you very much. I tend to sound more excited. And of course, my voice is very human, very spontaneous, and you can feel it in my voice. And in English, in French, I'm gonna have a friend. Let's call her Juliana for now, and she's gonna do a very nice voice in French. And I need Juliana because she has a very soothing voice, a very nice voice. I feel her voice is even better than Scarlett Johansson. Very sensual, very innocent. It's a perfect voice for teaching children, but also like adults. Adults who speak French, they're gonna love her voice, whether they come from France or whether they come from Quebec. So that's the video course, and you can see in this rectangle that you have to really describe your video course in great detail, and that's the work involved in this rectangle. This is 80%. Okay, this you have 5 different components, but friends, let me reassure you and reiterate, these 2 components, you have to work on them. You're the startup founder, you're the creator, you're the entrepreneur. You got to spend as much time as you can to think about and make decisions regarding these 2 components. Your solution, this is really a solution. Let me just put it here. I'm going to put the $ because that's what a solution entails, right? It's really where the money is. Okay, this is your responsibility. You've got to think about this all the time. Why? Because when customers pay you $100 in this case, they want the video course. They don't care about your website, your sales funnel, your free webinar, which is really a sales session, a sales pitch in disguise. They don't care about your business card or your logo. They don't care how you dress. They don't even care about the quality of your Zoom webcam. They just care about what they're getting, right? Like if I were to buy a Samsung phone, hey, just show me and put the phone in my hand. Let me handle it. I like the Samsung phone. I'm going to buy it. I don't care about the Samsung store, Samsung customer service. Well, I might if there's a problem, but I don't care about anything. Just give me the phone. So it's the same thing here. Your customers care 100% about your video course. You can have like a crappy sales force. You can have like a fulfillment system, that somehow has a lot of hassle. People have to enter their login, and even that, they don't care. Once they log in and they have access to your video, how good is your video? So you want to pack as much value, they call it production value, into your video. So in my case, I'm using Camtasia, and I might also use DaVinci Resolve, which is much more sophisticated than Camtasia. I can create special effects. But my mission, should I choose to accept it, is to create an awesome video course. Awesome, that's the key word. Elon Musk says that, you have to create something that is 10 times better than what exists already. Now, of course, we cannot all be Elon Musk, right? But if you create something that is 3 times better than what is found out there, or 3 times cheaper, or 3 times faster, you've got something going. So in this case, for example, I cannot reduce the price to $10, right? So the only thing I can do, one of the few things I can do, is, let's say I have a competitor who's offering, let's say, 3 hours. Well, you know what? I'm going to offer 30 hours. I'm going to offer 30 hours, and therefore, I offer more value, obviously, right? It's kind of obvious, if I offer 30 hours of training compared to my competition who's offering only 3 hours, what a loser. No, I'm just kidding. But he's offering 3 hours. Maybe the quality of what he's offering is better. I don't know. But I think by and large, people would much prefer to have 30 hours. So I'm just going to record my calligraphy sessions, and I'm going to provide like behind the scenes and, special commentaries. And I'm going to interview, top calligraphers. And those top calligraphers would be happy to be inside, because I'm going to sell this video course to 21,000 LinkedIn users. And by the way, I'm just going to put it here. I'm targeting like at least 21,500 LinkedIn connections. Not all of them will go for calligraphy, but they might buy it for their kids. So I have a ready target market that is measurable, that is accessible, because I can send them a LinkedIn message, which is amazing. It's stable, it's growing, of course, but because the LinkedIn users are not going to go anywhere. Economically valuable, yes, because it doesn't cost me a lot to reach out to them. And so I'm just going to mention it here. So you can see that I've done the homework. Like for the past few years, I've been diligently connecting to LinkedIn connections, so that at a rate of about 200 per week, right now I have 21,000 connections. So now I'm ready to monetize this video course on calligraphy. But like I said, it doesn't have to be calligraphy. If I create a video course tomorrow on prompt engineering, or how to create a college level course, and I've developed like 7 college level courses, I can teach people how to develop a college level courses and offer it to my LinkedIn connections. And of course, I'm probably going to charge $500 for that course on how to create a course, because people pay $500, but they're going to know how to create a course and make tens of thousands of dollars. But in this case, let's focus on my calligraphy training video. So I hope that by now you can see that your job, your mission, impossible. It's not impossible, but it's a big mission. You got to take it seriously. Is to create a video course that is really appealing, that is really effective in training your people. And you have the voiceover, you have the talented actresses, you have the AI, you have the visuals. I can use Grok. I can use Grok to create images, and even better, to create videos. Grok can generate like 6-second videos, and so it's very it's free, so you can use Grok if you have a Gmail account. So maybe in a future live stream, I'm gonna go into greater detail about how I'm creating this video course, because think about it this way. It's going to take you a long time to create this video course. It's going to take me quite some time. I enjoy it, but still it takes a lot of time and effort. But you know what? Once I have a video course that is good and I can sell it for $100, oh my God, it's like I'm printing money. I'm printing $100 every time that somebody purchases my video course. Because think about it. They pay me online with PayPal, right? And after that, they just access the video course. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to ship. I don't have to do packaging. I don't have to have a warehouse of DVDs. It's all online. So they pay me 100, and it's like I'm printing money. Like while I'm sleeping, while I'm on a cruise vacation, let's say with my mom or sister, while I'm traveling in Vietnam, in Europe, traveling all over the world with my girlfriend, whatever I'm doing, I'm just going to keep printing money. And of course, my girlfriend will love that. So now printing money, we're going to have an amazing life. We're going to travel. It's kind of like a honeymoon lifestyle. You're perpetually on honeymoon with your spouse, your significant other. That's the beauty. And I'm mentioning this because as a good teacher, I know that learner motivation is everything. I want to motivate you to create a digital product. It can be a video course, like if you like that kind of thing. It can be an ebook. You can sell your ebook for $20, same thing. But I think that a video course is superior to an ebook because nowadays, video, you have the voice, you have the sound, the music, special effects, you have the images, much more interesting than an ebook. And everyone has a smartphone these days, right? There's 5.2 billion people with smartphones, and people have tablets and PCs and laptops also. There's only 2 billion people with a computer. Well, there's only, 2 billion people with a computer. That's a lot. But with a smartphone, that's 5.22 billion people with a smartphone. And so given that people can follow my training, on their phone, right? They can be anywhere. They can be in a coffee shop. They pull out their smartphone and they can see my video course. It means that I have to format my video courses so that it fits into a smartphone, because the size of a phone screen is very different from the size of a PC or laptop, right? So I have to give people both options. So I might as well put it here. Let me see. Let me make a copy of this, and I'm going to get into greater detail. And by the way, the more detail you provide regarding your video course, the more you're going to be able to get feedback from other people, right? So it's all about becoming more and more specific about what you want to do. So I'm just going to erase the other components and focus on this component. And so I'm going to say, there are different versions. There's a PC or laptop. There might even be like, I just thought about this, but a TV version, meaning that my calligraphy courses will be filmed in 4K. So it means that, and nowadays more and more people have a 4K TV. It means that you can show my video on a 4K TV so that you and your friends and family can watch together. And it's going to be large. You're going to see like my hands, my pens. It's going to be really large, right? And on the TV screen, you're going to see all the details. So that's another version because I'm filming in 4K, and I can reduce it to 1080 resolution for phones. So the format is going to be different. It's going to be horizontal, right? And so people have different video formats: laptop, TV, or phones. Oh yeah, maybe tablet. I think tablet is about the same as a PC or laptop. So you have different versions. So you can see, like, technically I have to think about this, because if my videos are not available in phone format, it means that when they pull out their phone, they're gonna have to move around and it's not convenient for them. So I have to think about my user. And this is one thing that we've all learned from Steve Jobs, right? Think about the user. Think about how to make it easy, fun, pleasant for users to enjoy. Like, don't make it hard for your users. Here you're going to use AI. I'm going to use talented people. I'm going to use video editing software. I'm going to use AI. I'm probably going to use Gemini and, oh yeah, Base 44. It's a platform where I can create a web app. And so, it can be a graphical user interface where, people can click on a button and it's going to open, a particular video. So this web app can be free, right? Because I easily create it for free using Base 44, which is really awesome. I think it's the best one as far as I know. Better than Gemini could be good, but I think Base 44, it's free and it's very easy to use. So this web application is going to be free. So for people who are not sure if they want to spend or invest $100, so I'm going to release a lot of videos for free. They click on whatever they like and they see my YouTube videos and they like it, then they're going to buy. So this base 44 is actually not part of the product. It's more like it's part of, we're going to see later, it's part of what you call it, the marketing system. So I'm just going to erase it and put it over here, because it's not part of the product. It could be part of the product, by the way, but I just want to keep it simple and just create a video and not web applications. So guys, you can see today that I'm actually applying the business operating system for success to my my situation, and this is actually something that I'm doing. And you can visit cookieforeveryone.com. It's a website that I'm going to be launching this year. And so I'm building this business operating system for myself. And, if after I'm done creating this entire system, I can just turn around and sell it to other calligraphers or other people who are creating, a video course that they're selling for $100. Could be, coaching people, could be people who are creating a video course on how to achieve peace in your marriage, how to do effective parenting, how to cook, how to do yoga, how to dance the salsa, the rumba, the tango, whatever video course you create, you're going to be able to use my business operating system for success. And just going to put it here so that you can see. So I'm going to be making money not only from my $100 calligraphy training video, which is going to be in multiple languages. This is very important to understand, right? Juliana is going to take care of the French, but it's going to be in Mandarin. I have friends who speak Mandarin. It's going to be in Cantonese, Korean. I have Korean friends. Arabic, I'm not sure, but German. I think one German. Yeah, I have one German friend, David. It's going to be available. Oh yeah, Japanese. I have an ex-Japanese girlfriend. She was awesome. Sorry, getting emotional. She was awesome. She was my, she was my soulmate for some time. She really helped me to grow. Anyways, I have a Japanese soulmate who's going to help with the Japanese market. Vietnamese, of course. And yeah, Spanish, Italian, it's going to be available in all these languages. And you probably know, but today artificial intelligence can translate everything that I'm saying in English, and it's going to translate it into these languages, but it's going to use my voice, which is freaking awesome. Excuse my French. I mean, it's going to speak in Spanish or Italian using my voice. You're going to feel like, hey, I didn't know that Peter spoke Italian. Well, I do. Sono molto contento di vederti. That's all I know how to say. I used to date like a really beautiful Italian girl in high school, Lina. She now has become an attorney for the Ministry of Justice. So it's a good thing that I didn't make any illegal moves, because she would have, today she would have sued me into the Stone Age. But Lina, I have to get back in touch with her. But anyways, my point is that I know so many beautiful women who can translate into these languages. If they're not available, I'm going to use AI and they're going to lose money. Too bad. So, and so not only am I going to make a lot of money with my lifetime calligraphy training video, and I have like 30 years of experience, so there's no doubt as to my ability to train people. So make money from that, but also I'm going to make money by selling this business operating system. Okay, so I'm going to sell this business operating system for success for video course business or creators. And so let's say that I'm selling let's say that I'm selling this Boss system for a low price, because like I said, this is just I'm just selling these Google documents and the related videos. So let's say that I'm selling it for a small $200. It means that all the video course creators out there, they don't have to do the hard work of, covering and answering all these questions and figuring out the target market and, try to try to create the marketing system and the sales process, fulfillment system. I mean, I'm going to do everything. I'm going to share all the documents. I don't care, right? I'm making money from calligraphy training, so I don't care. So I'm going to sell the whole shebang to them for only $200 US. And any video course creator out there can just buy it. And they don't have to take my word for it because, let's say the first 3 or 4 modules, I'm going to give it away for free, and they can see that, it's worth it to invest $200 because, after they create their business operating system for their video course business, they're going to be able to make like, $50,000 or more per year or even per month, and so $200 is peanuts. They're going to make so much money. And, if people want to save $200, well, they're going to have to spend weeks and maybe months to develop what I spent weeks and months to develop. So it's really up to people. Either you invest $200 or you invest 200 hours, right? So you don't want to invest 200 hours. You're like, why would you do that? Time is precious, don't do it. Invest $200 and I will be available to answer the questions. So it's not like I'm selling the video course on this boss and then I leave them to their own devices. No, they can ask me all the questions they want, and I'm going to help them. And it is in my interest to help them because when they ask me questions, it's going to help me to improve this product. Okay. So as you can see, there are at least 2 ways to make money. 1, from your expertise because you're creating a video course, and 2, when you're creating the business operating system for success, you're going to be able to make money. Like here, like if you feel charitable and if you really want to help people, you can say, all right, you're a video course creator, you don't have a lot of money, I'm going to reduce it to $20. And you can do that because $20, like 95% of it is net profit. So do you want to make $20 or you want to make 0? Well, I want to make $20, right? But the problem, and I just want to caution you against it, the problem is that oftentimes you think that by reducing the price, you're helping your students, but you're not really helping. Because if they pay only $200, they're not going to try to make that amount of money because they're going to think, all right, I have the boss video from Peter. I got it for an amazing deal, $20. I'm just going to wait. And when I have time, I'm going to make that video course. No, you have to challenge them, and so $20, I would caution you, it's only if you feel that the prospect or the customer or the student is really, really, really motivated, but somehow they really want to make that money, but somehow they're in a tough situation. You want to help them. And so you reduce to $20. But normally, like $200 is not a lot of money. Like if people don't have $200 to invest, they're not ready to make that kind of money. Like if you tell somebody, I'm going to share with you my business operating system for generating tens of thousands of dollars from your expertise, which you worked so hard to acquire. And if they don't have $200, well, they should get a job, and that's the truth, So $200 is really nothing. They can even split it with a friend, right? So that each will pay only $100. Split it among 4 people, so each will pay only $50, right? So there are so many ways to afford this business operating system. But that's what I'm telling you, friends. I'm telling you that when you purchase my business operating system package, you will learn to create a video course like I do, and you can turn around and you can sell your operating system. All right, it's time for my second cup of coffee. But I think that in this session number 4, I think that I've explained a lot about the video course. And next, we're going to talk about the target market, how I'm going to segment that market so that I can sell my $100 lifetime calligraphy training video course. For example, I can target parents, I can target teachers, I can target school directors. For example, a school director in a high school or elementary, they can buy a license. Let's say the license is just $2,000. And after that, they can stream my calligraphy course in their schools to their students, right? So, their schools, it could be a private school, would really benefit students with a license of only $2,000. I could target LinkedIn professionals. I could target graphic designers because they have a strong professional interest in calligraphy. Because for graphic designers, for example, calligraphy is not just a hobby or an art. It's really a skill that they can include in their portfolio. So their typography is going to be better. They're going to be able to offer calligraphy services. I've noticed, by the way, that graphic designers typically learn calligraphy very quickly because they have the visual eye. They have the sense of design already. So they tend to learn very quickly. So those are different target markets. And for each target market, I'm going to need a different marketing campaign, right? So the marketing system is going to be different depending on the segment that I'm targeting. And then I'm going to talk about the sales. How do I help people to make the good decision? A lot of times people think that selling is, psychological tactics and pressuring people to buy. It's none of that. Selling is simply helping people to make up their mind, helping them to make a decision, even if it's a decision not to buy your product. You have to be that ethical. So selling, when you approach it from that ethical, from that loving, from that compassionate perspective, selling is really customer service. You're helping them to figure out, hey, is this for you? Like, do you need it? Do you think those could be benefits for you? Would it add value to your life, to your relationship, to your parenting? Would it add value to your career? Is this going to help you? And so you're asking questions, and it is the prospect who will say, oh yeah, you know what? It could. And so sales, the way that I teach it is very gentle, is very respectful. It's not, using psychological tactics like, oh, buy my calligraphy video courses because there's only 10 units left. Oh, come on. People, come on. You don't have to lie like that. Why do you say there's only 10 copies left? It's crazy. Or time limited, you should watch this video, it might go down in 10 days. Oh yeah, sure. YouTube is gonna be bombed, right? It's gonna be destroyed, and the video is gonna go down. Oh, come on, people, please. I see so many people who are lying and deceiving people using marketing and copywriting and sales. You don't have to do that. If you have a good product and you help people, that's what the sales process is about. You help people to buy, help people to make a good decision. And what I mean by decision is that, when I sell, let's say, the calligraphy video course, it's very possible that somebody could say, you know what, Peter, I'm a student, I don't have $100. Then I'm going to help them. I'm going to say, well, you know what, why don't you go for the student edition, which is like almost the same, but maybe the student edition, you cannot have access to me on Zoom, etc. Student edition is only $20. So I'm advising a student to buy the student edition for $20, which is like almost the same as the $100, but it's more affordable. And after that, when they have money, they could upgrade to $100. So this is what I mean by helping. Selling is helping. This is so important that I need to put this in bold and people understand, because selling is so critical to success in business. But people have a misconception about selling. It's about helping. Do you want to help your future customer? Yes or no? If you want to help them, then sell to them, but sell to them in a way that is respectful of who they are and whatever constraints they have. I really want to help everyone who wants to learn calligraphy. Whatever problem or challenges people have that prevents them from learning calligraphy, I want to help them with those problems, right? Even someone, let's say, oh, Peter, I just went through a divorce and I don't know, I'm in a bad place and, I have zero money. Well, you know what? You have zero money. I understand. I used to have zero money too. I totally understand. So forget about student edition. Let me give it to you as a gift. And you know what? That's not all. There's more. I sound like an infomercial. There's more. Not only as a gift, but I'm going to recruit you into my affiliate marketing program. And instead of earning 30% or $30 every time that you bring a new customer, I'm going to reward you with 50%. So you're making $50. So that's my idea of helping. Sales is really just the name that people give in business. But ultimately, if you're mature as an entrepreneur, as a business leader, you want to help people. It's about helping people. So once you redefine selling as helping people, you're going to go out there and you just want to help people who need your help. Don't impose your help on other people. Marketing is just becoming visible and asking them who's interested. Okay, we're going to talk more about that. But I wanted to spend some time because selling it's not a big deal, but it's a big deal if you don't define it the right way. Okay, And then fulfillment is probably the easiest, because nowadays, a video course or anything digital, you can upload it and you can go to sleep and you're going to be richer in the morning. Okay, so fulfillment is really a piece of cake. Oh my God, I've been talking for an hour. All right, so I'm going to stop here. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm going to continue in the next live stream. So have a good